Assalamu alaikum everyone, welcome back to mathematics, and we are doing A levels, international A levels EDEXCEL series for pure maths 1 chapter 1, and we are doing the second topic of our first chapter, algebraic expression. That is, we will be covering today the expanding brackets and factorizing. These are very basic concepts that we learn from our early grades. So we'll just do a quick review of this, as this is a part of your syllabus and your chapter 1. So let's begin. Okay, in expanding brackets, we have to come across double brackets and triple brackets. We initially also know how to expand the single bracket. Okay, we know that, for example, if we have x times x plus 4, that means we will multiply the outer term with each of the individual term. So it comes out as x times x is x square plus x times 4 is 4x. That is very basic. Now for the double brackets, let's take an example of x plus 5 times x plus 2. So in a double bracket or a triple bracket, what you have to do is multiply each term of first bracket with each term of the second bracket. Okay, this is like the one rule that we are going to follow. Multiply each term of first bracket. It doesn't matter how many terms do you have in first bracket or second bracket. You just have to multiply each term with each term of both brackets. Of first bracket with each term of second bracket. That's it. Okay, so let's see the example of double bracket. We will multiply x with x, x with 2, then the second term with the first term and the second term with the second term. So it comes out to be, if you write it individually, it is like this: x times the second bracket plus the second term of the first bracket times the second bracket. Okay, when we are we have practiced enough, then we can do it directly also. So x times x gives you x square plus 2x plus 5x plus 5 2 times is 10. And after doing this, what we do is combine the like terms, add them up. 2 plus 5 is 7, so plus 7x plus 10, and that's it. Okay, now let's take another example for the double bracket, where we could have one bracket with 2 terms and another bracket with more than 2 terms. Let's say 3 terms, 4x minus 2y plus 3. So in this case, first you will take x and multiply it with each term of the second bracket. Then we will take the second term and multiply 5 with each term of the second bracket. So it comes out to be as x times 4x minus 2y plus 3 plus 5 times 4x minus 2y plus 3 . Now it gives you, now multiply 4x times x gives you 4x square, x times minus 2y. In this you also have to be very much good at dealing with the signs, how signs multiply. Plus plus is a plus, plus time minus times minus is also a plus, plus times minus is minus, and minus times plus is also a minus. So you must know that minus. And at A levels, yes, we are very much, we have practiced it much that we know all of this for sure. Plus 3 times x is 3x. Let's just write it down starting from here. Now the next will be 5 times 4x will be 20x, minus 5 2 times 10, 10y, plus 3 times 5 is 15. So now see if there are any like terms. So the only like term that we have is 3x and 20x. So let's add them up. 4x square minus 2xy plus 23x minus 10y plus 15. So this is how. Now one more variation in this could be that you will be given x plus 2y whole square. Okay, so there are two ways of doing this. If you have a complete square, what does it actually mean is you have x plus 2y times x plus 2y, and now you can multiply these two brackets, or you can use the identity that we know, that a plus b whole square gives you a square plus 2ab plus b square. So both ways will be correct for expanding this. Okay, now come across the expansion of 3 brackets. And the triple brackets also. Okay, now in the triple brackets, what kind of two variations there could be? There could be a possibility that you get x times 2x plus 3, means 3 factors are multiplied, okay, times x minus 7. So what we do in this, first we multiply the first two set of multiples like the factors, and then when you are done with the simplification of it, then you multiply it with this third bracket. Okay, so let's do this. First multiply x with the first bracket, it gives you 2x square plus 3x. Now you will multiply this with x minus 7. So 2x square times x gives you 2x cube. Then 2x square times minus 7 gives you minus 14x square. Then 3x times x gives you 3x square. And 3x times minus 7 give you 21x. Now just add them up. 2x cube minus 11x square minus 21x. This is how you expand this type of brackets. Now if you have triple brackets, let's move on to the next page. For example, if you have a bracket like x times, let's take a proper 3 bracket, x minus 5 times x minus 4, x minus 3, So the rule stays the same. You have to first multiply the first two brackets, any two brackets first, and then multiply it with the third. So I am first multiplying the first two and then I will multiply it with the third one. So it will be x square, x times x times minus 4x, then minus 5 times x and minus 5 times minus 4, minus 5x plus 20 times x minus 3. Now first simplify this. It will turn out to be x square minus 9x plus 20. I know for some students this is very basic thing, but yet maybe for some students this also needs to be cleared because they might have any ambiguities in this topic. Okay, now multiply each term with each term. So x square with x, and you can do it other way. Multiply minus x with all of these three terms and then multiply minus 3 with all the three terms. I'm just carrying forward with the same pattern. I'm multiplying this x square with the second bracket, so it will turn out to be x square times x, that gives you x cube. Then x square times minus 3 gives you minus 3x square. Minus 9x times x cube will give you minus 9x square, and minus 9x times 3 gives you plus 27x plus 20x minus 60. Okay, you need to be very careful in doing this bigger expressions. There is no complexity, but there are chances of any error, so you can check this out. I'm just carrying forward with it. Maybe there will be any mistake. 9 minus 3 are the like terms, so it will add up to give you minus 12x square plus 27 plus 20 is 47x minus 60, and that is all of your expansion. Okay, there will be not much complexity in this, rather than having one bracket like this, 2x minus 3y whole cube, for which you can either do it in the same way, like multiply all these, write them as 3 brackets, because power 3 means that they are multiplied with itself 3 times. 2x minus 3y, multiply any two brackets first and then multiply with the third. Or you can use the identity a plus b or a minus b whole cube. That is a cube minus b cube minus 3ab into a minus b. Or you must know the positive one also, a cube plus b cube plus 3ab into a plus b. So this is all about your expanding brackets, whether it be double bracket or it be triple bracket. This is how you will expand it. Okay, the next thing we have to do is the factorizing. What is factorizing? It is just the opposite of expanding bracket, like we had made from this form to this form. If we go backwards and we make again the factorized form, again as the multiples, like the product of two brackets or two terms, that is actually the factorization. Okay, so in factorization also we can have two types of factorization. There could be like a two-term factorization, two-term factorization means you have two terms and the way to factorize that would be taking common or using the identity. Which identity mostly we use in two term is a square minus b square equals a plus b times a minus b. Okay, this is your factorizing thing, two term factorization. Okay, and there will be three term factorization, means the quadratic equation factorization. That is actually quadratic equation factorization, and there are certain rules for it that we also come across in your O levels. Okay, so let's do example for each. In a two term example, for example you have any two terms to be like three x plus 9, where a number could be taken as common, like what is common in these two terms is 3, so you take that out and the rest is left behind is x plus 3. Or you, in a two term, you could have any number and or variable or both, okay, that you can take common. So for example, if you take 8x square plus 21x, so you can take only x common from it, so you'll end up getting 8x plus 21. Let us take one last type of example for these two bracket terms, where you can take the number and the variable both common. So let's take this to be 9x square y plus 15xy square. So let's take common. See, a number is like both have a common factor 3, so we can take 3 common. And also in x we have one x common, in y we have y common, so we end up getting 3xy times 3x plus 5y. So this is how a two term bracket could be expanded. One last type of two term factorization could be the use of identity, and that is like if you have 9x square minus 25, so that is actually giving you a square minus b square. So that there is nothing common in between, but we can have this like 3x plus 5 times 3x minus 5. So this is how, by using identity, we can factorize a two term equation. Now if we have three term quadratic equation, how do we factorize? For example, if we have x square minus 5x minus 6, so there are certain rules that we follow, or like there is a proper procedure for that. You need to multiply the outer two terms. So what you get when multiply the outer two terms is minus 6x square, and the middle term is minus 5x. So when we need to split this, or we need to get two terms or two numbers that when multiply should give you minus 6x square, the product of outer two terms, and when we add and subtract the same two terms, they should give you minus 5x. Okay, so this is how you have to decide for how to split this middle term into. So it will give you, so if you think about this, which two numbers or which two factors of 6 multiply to give you 6 and add up to give you minus 5. So these are actually minus 6x and positive x. When they are added up, they give you minus 5x, and when multiplied gives you minus 6x square. So this is how, by following this technique, you will be splitting the middle term in these two parts and then writing the first and last term as it is. Now we have to make groups, pairs, and we have to take common out of it. So x we taking common, we are left with x minus 6 plus, if there is nothing in common between the any of the group, you will take one common. So after taking one common, you end up getting x minus 6. What is the indication that you have done this factorization correct is that you have a common bracket. So when you take x minus 6 common outside, you are left with x plus 1. So this is how the factorization is done for a quadratic equation. Okay, whatever the signs are there and the equation is, you can use this process, but there are some quadratic equations which you cannot factorize by using this. Okay, so and so we cannot solve them. So solving a quadratic equation could be also by the quadratic formula, but that's not required in this chapter. So that's all about the factorization and expanding brackets. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.